Welcome back to another extra time football video. And I just finished watching the Croatia versus England game. What a game. These two teams really put on a show for us. More so in the first half and say 15-ish minutes of the second half too. Once it got closer to that hydration break, things did cool down a little bit more. The Croatians did ice the game a little bit more. They were already losing 3-2 starting the second half, but you could tell their plan was just not concede many more goals, take our losses the way that they were. But let's kick it off with what it was from the start. Early on, England gets a penalty in the 8th minute. Poor clearance attempt by Modric. Looked very didn't look like a veteran in that moment, by his decision making and the way he attempted to clear the ball and gave a penalty very poorly. And Harry Kane stepped up to take the penalty shot, but first attempt missed. Very, very poor attempt from him. I don't know why they keep doing that little stutter step right there. It doesn't seem to be working for the English players, as we saw in the Champions League finals. We're seeing now in the World Cup stage. Poorly executed penalty, the first attempt by Harry Kane. Thankfully, for him at least, the goalie got a little ahead of himself, and England got the opportunity to repeat themselves. And this time, Harry Kane executes with more authority, puts the ball in the back of the net. England go up 1-0. Madueke came close to putting in the second one for the Three Lions, but the defender, got in the way and made a good clearance to send it to a corner. Around the 20th minute, Jude had a great breakaway counterattack and had Madueke to his right. I'm not sure if he just didn't raise his head or, what the decision making was here, that he just wanted to take on the defenders 1-on-1 or 1-on-2, however many were on him. But, he lifts up his head. Madueke is making a run down the right. And I just didn't like that play from him. Went down the selfish route where he had a player that would have struck down wide open through the right. There was a good cross from Madueke at the 30th that Jude just fails to get on the other end of that cross. They were arguing for a penalty at that moment, but after watching the review, the play was clean. It was a good intervention from the defender. In the 35th minute, Croatia equalized. Baturina with the great strike from outside of the box that Pickford just can't get to the other end of. I just want to point out, the great cutback from Susic inside of the box and a great pass to Baturina for the strike from outside of the box. Puts it top bins, top corner. Nothing Pickford could have done about that. 41st minute in, and we're getting close to the end. It looks like we're going to go into halftime with an equalized score, but England had different plans. Well executed corner. Harry Kane gets on the other end of it, strikes it away, gets his brace, goes 2-1 up to the Three Lions. I want to say this was a great header from Kane and a great way to get his brace, but man, poor marking from the Croatian defenders. You can't leave an aerial threat like Harry Kane, such a prolific striker like him, all alone in the box. You just have to be more on him. You have to get more coverage on him. You can't let him just walk in like that. And I do believe Croatia had to do better in that corner. But, regardless, England goes up 2-1. Croatia had a great build-up play there right at the end of the first half, and they level it up all again. So once we thought England was going to go with a 2-1 up score at halftime and the Croatians were going to have to adjust, they had something else to say about it as well. They tie the game going into halftime, and they're all level, going into the second half. Starting the second half, great counterattack again with Jude leading the counterattack, and this time he puts it away to go 3-2 up starting the second half. Basically just coming out of the dresser, they come back onto the pitch, get that 3-2 goal up. After that, you could just tell England were in full control. Croatians, their speed couldn't match the England squad. They just seemed a little slow. I know a lot of the players are old. They're entering, multiple World Cups already played. They're up there in age. They're late 30s, 40s. The legs just aren't there for all the Croatians. And, that they shouldn't have been competing this high up with such a fast squad like the England squad. And that did come back to bite them. England goes up 3-2. And for a while there, the next 15 minutes, England was just hammering them. And it just looked like it was going to be a 5-6-2 scoreline at the end. But I forget around what minute it was. The keeper makes a great save. Ball goes out of play. Keeper does what keepers normally do when they're getting hammered. Goes to the ground, tries to ice the game a little bit. And after that, England was like, okay, you know what? They're not really going to attack us. Let's just play our game. Let's play relax. England takes a back seat a little bit. Let's Croatia have the ball. but Croatia just wasn't able to create anything going forward. Towards the end there, Marcus Rashford, thankfully, for the Three Lions, gets another counter and puts it away for them to go 4-2 up. Well-deserved score for England. They were the more persistent team in the second half. They were more dangerous than the Croatian players. England deserved this win. Not much other than that goal did happen in the second half after the hydration break. Before the hydration break, England was all over them. They capitalized early on in the second half, but nothing else since then. Then late in the game, they get that 4-2 goal just to ice the game completely. You could tell England were okay with not scoring anymore as long as the Croatians didn't get on the other end again. They closed out a game. What a great win for the Three Lions. I'd like to see a better performance from the Croatians going forward, but overall, a great game. And thank you again for tuning into this video. If you did enjoy the content, I would appreciate if you can like and subscribe. And hopefully I get to catch you again on the next one.